Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Creative Opinions Podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Williams, alongside with my team of content creators. We have Andre, we have Shay, we have Nair, and we have Keontae on today's episode. So I'm gonna give them a chance to go ahead and introduce themselves. So, yeah, at this time, please introduce yourselves. Don't everybody
I
go
am
at once.
Shay from Greenville, South Carolina.
Hi, Shay.
Hi guys, I'm Keontae. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
What's up, Keontae?
How you doing? My name is Nair Maya. I'm a Jacksonville native. How you doing this evening?
What's up? How you doing?
Not
It was
bad, not
good,
bad.
people.
What's good, Dre?
Andre Sullivan, man. Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County,
Hey.
by way of my bed.
That's what's up. Um, so in today's episode, we're gonna be talking about a little bit something different. Well, we've done something similar already, but we're gonna recap on what we did last episode first. So in last episode, if you tuned in, we were talking about the hoe phase and how it's not necessarily hoish to have a hoe phase. If that's anything that sounds like oxymoron, it's not, because it is to whoever is having their whole phase what they deem it to be. So it doesn't have to be like something nasty or something bad. It just, to me, it's basically liberation. So, and whatever way you deem that to be, then that's how you look at it. So what do you guys think about whole phases? Please don't
I
jump in
don't
once.
think uh, I don't think there's a such thing as a whole phase. I just think a lot of people just look at certain things to for it to be accepted, such as zodiac signs. I just think you're gonna do what you want to do when you want to do it, regardless.
Right?
Huge fact. Like, you gonna do what you want to do,
True.
whether it's a phase, a moment, or for some people a lifetime. Shit. It is what it is.
That is
I feel like some people look at it as like a way of passage. Like I've seen like conversations from other people like, yeah, I used to do that back in the day, but like I'm like, man, you are the same age as me. What are you talking about? But I think it's a almost a rite of passage almost for some people, not me, but I'm just saying.
that's what's up. What
I
do you
mean,
think,
I
though?
agree. It's just like, um, it's just something you go through in life. You're gonna have different situations. You're gonna meet new people. You're gonna want to explore and do a lot. So it's kind of like, however you want your life to be, you're gonna do it, regardless of uh you talking to this one particular guy or girl, or you talking to your ex. It really doesn't matter because it's your life. No one can really dictate what you can and cannot do.
Right.
That
So like I believe like Shay can tell you guys kind of better than I can, kind of, I guess. I've had more than my fair share of hoe phases. Um, but I was wild, I was young, I was stupid, I was immature. So, like, I had fun during my hoe phases, but it's just it is what it is. I can't change the past. Um, but I do know that like I would want, if I'm to get serious about or with someone in the future, that I would want them to go ahead and have that whole phase, so that way it's out of their system. That's just me personally.
I don't feel like it's ever out of your system per se, because I know as a woman, our highest peak of sex is normally between 35 and up, and you might not be satisfying me the way that you used to when we were in our 20s. So therefore, I don't wouldn't consider it a whole phase. Um, I'm just gonna go get whatever it is I'm seeking. So I don't think it's that's why I don't believe it's a whole phase, because if you're lacking something in the bedrooms, you're gonna go seek it somewhere else, even though you probably could be mentally attached to that individual, but not sexually attached to them. So that's why I don't believe, again, in a whole phase, you're gonna do what you want, and you're gonna get what you want to get that high, and high being sex.
That makes sense. Um, yeah. So let's move right on into the current episode. Um, would you guys say that having sex in a relationship makes the relationship healthy?
No, no, but
I mean,
I
I
have
I know you say no, but give your explanation why, please.
having sex in a relationship doesn't mean anything actually, because then that's your coping mechanism for everything that happens, and you're attached to this person because of the physical and not the mental. When mentally you could be working harder, you could be trying to build your legacy, you could be out here, moving up and maturing, and they're still on the same level, but because they have good sex, you think that's okay. It's not to me.
Respectfully.
I'm sorry, Will.
Mm.
Define healthy, because I'm having a little issue answering this question because I need a definition of what we consider in healthy relationship. Because if the relationship, if y'all on terms of y'all just having sex, yeah, sex will make the relationship healthy as hell. But I mean, if it's not, I'm confused. So that I think we need a definition of what you mean by healthy.
So I would say that that question in and of itself is particularly why I phrased it that way. It's because it would be up to the person who's answering the question who would determine what a healthy relationship is. So like say for instance I'm on the outside of somebody else's relationship. I can't tell you that that's a healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying? Only you and your partner can say that this is healthy or this is not healthy, you know? Does that make sense or does it not make sense?
I think I kind of understand where you are getting at, but I just think sex doesn't make a relationship. If I'm with you for intimacy, then that's a situationship or an entanglement. I wouldn't consider that a relationship.
Understandable.
Because at this point, you just a what's up, big head text, or what's up, or what you doing. Like there's nothing more that we have to discuss because I'm just attracted to you on that
I mean, I send you
physical
that text
level.
message every now and then, don't I?
Anyways, moving right along. Okay.
Right.
Yo,
Fire, bro.
I mean, let's just be honest. I don't know. Uh, I wouldn't say that sex in a relationship makes it healthy or not healthy. Um, I consider sex to be like the seasoning or a topping or like condiments to like a meal or whatever. Like with or without it, it's still going to be a relationship. But like it just adds that flavoring to it, I guess. If that makes any sense. Would you agree or disagree with that?
Totally disagree because using for personal experience, I was dealing with someone in a long term relationship, and even though we were intimate with each other, he still searched for more, and then the relationship became toxic and unhealthy. So I don't get it. I don't get how you think that that's okay. It
How,
doesn't matter if I was having sex with you 3, 6, 9 times a day and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, and you still was seeking more sex. So not you, the person.
I was about to say you. Whoa! I did not do these things allegedly. Um, but I don't know. I just feel that like it doesn't make or break a relationship. Like a lot, I've heard a lot of people say that. Oh, well, if the sex is bad, then I can't be in a relationship with that person. And I'm like, why? If this person is doing everything else and checking every single other box in a positive manner, but yet has bad sex, and you're not going to be in a relationship with them? Is that what I'm hearing from you? Is that what I'm hearing from
What's
you,
bad
Shay?
sex?
I don't know. That's for you to determine.
Because
So,
I feel like I am a type of person who's attracted to intelligence. So I feel like, and then I just feel like I'm really, no matter what, it's gonna be good if y'all have that mental connection.
mhm. Okay, Andre. So now that you've heard like something that's more so healthy, non healthy, or like what I added, like the whole example about condiments to relation or a meal. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm sorry wasting y'all time. I mean, I knew what I was from the jump, but I just wanted to hear everybody perspective on what a healthy relationship was real quick. Man. No, I think only two people can, or three if you into that type of,
Hey, Polly.
stuff. Only those people in the relationship,
All the way.
only those people in the relationship can define, what's healthy, what's not healthy, and with that being said, the thing that I think people forget about sex inside a relationship is like once you add it, you can't really take it away. Like if you take it away, like just be prepared for like the fight of your life. Not necessarily physically. I
Right.
hope not.
Right.
Hope nobody out here getting their ass beat. But
Yeah,
it's
we don't condone the domestic violence.
nah,
in
we don't condone
relationships.
those things
No.
unless you like it like that. So at the end of the day, the only people who can define it is the people inside that relationship. So, I mean, if y'all add sex, it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
You can't accidentally fuck somebody.
Oop-
I
Oops.
mean,
Oops. I
if you
fell.
can, kudos to you. You got some great shit going on.
That part.
To accidentally fuck somebody. But I mean that's what you do. You've added sex to your relationship. So regardless of whatever you deem healthy after that moment, not even after the moment you nut, like after
Mhm.
the initial penetration, y'all there.
Right.
So whatever was healthy before, I hope it's gonna be healthy. When y'all get done working out.
Keontae or Nair, did you want to comment or anything on that topic?
Honestly, I would say, if you take it a step further, it's a mental thing. So it's like if your mentality telling you like I want to be with this person just for sex, that's what you're gonna do
Right.
because your brain command your body to do everything. So if your brain say let's go take a walk, you're gonna take a walk. Like
Okay.
it wouldn't like to me if sex makes the relationship healthy, right?
Mhm.
Why even be in a relationship? What's the point?
Basically.
There's no point. If we just gonna sit here and have sex for what, an hour, 2 hours, whatever,
Oh,
then that's
2
it.
hours.
Okay, bye.
2 hours. Who is doing that out here in these streets?
But it just really depends on how you think as a person and then whoever you with.
I guess that makes sense. Okay, so the next question I have for everybody here is have you ever been cheated on?
Have I?
Yo, respectfully, chill.
So yes, I have.
Do you want to talk about that or no?
I just want to know, do other people get cheated on as well? I'll let everyone answer before I elaborate.
Okay, that's fair. Nair, have you ever been cheated on?
Don't have much experience with relationships, so no.
That's an honest answer. Keontae, have you ever been cheated on?
Nope.
Dre, have
I
you ever
haven't even
been cheated?
to be really honest, all of my relationships go up to 6 months. Cause by then I kind of know how you are as a person. I know how you think, so it's kind of like I'm good.
So you
Like
have a 6-month
I know
lease on all
everything
your
I need to know.
relationships.
Yep, just
Wow.
about.
Wow. What about you, Dre?
Yeah, I've been cheated on. I don't have all them fine people problems that they got.
Not fine people
Yeah,
problems.
nah. But I mean, yeah, I got cheated on. It sucked. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But without going into bigger details about it, um, I mean, obviously you're gonna start questioning yourself and what
Mhm.
did you do wrong. I mean, there's no way to get out of it, obviously, but um, it's something you gon' I mean, I'm not. Hopefully, no one, intentionally goes through this, but it's just something you just gotta get over.
Right.
It's obviously it's gonna suck at the moment or however long it takes you to deal with it personally and mentally.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it happens. It's not something that's not everyday thing. Everyone doesn't cheat, but for those who have or do, it happens. Shit.
True. I've cheated before, and I've been cheated on. So, yeah. I've.
Well, you just right here doing all the dirt, Will.
I mean,
Right.
this is a transparent podcast. This is a safe space. So, um,
Why did you cheat?
I was young. I was stupid. I cheated on my wife. I mean, it doesn't get much worse
Hmm.
than that. But you know, I was stupid. We were in two different places. I felt like we were in two different places physically and mentally, obviously, because I was immature. Um, but I didn't feel that I was getting what I could be getting on a regular basis from my wife because of the distance. So I just wanted something closer at the time. I think that's the best way to describe it now with hindsight. But like at the time, I didn't. I wouldn't have said the same thing then because I just thought of it as another pretty face just walking around that was closer. That's it.
That's understandable.
Yeah. So, Shay, would
Being
you like to
real.
go into further detail about like your experience with being cheated on?
I think most of the when I first started dating, I was dating mostly military men. Um, and so the distance was the problem. But for me, I enjoyed long distance relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Now in my adult life, I realize the people that are good to look at and that are fun when you go out, sometimes they're not good for you.
That part.
Um, my current days, like within, I have not been cheated on. Ooh, I take that back. Only one person I've ever dated I know for a fact has not cheated on me. Just one.
Just one.
Just absolute everybody else that and I don't understand why you cheat. Why do you cheat and then oh not you, but why cheat and then try and go back to the person that you cheated on? Which always happens because I consider myself a very understandable type of girl and I'm not, boring in any manner. I deliver.
I think it's
Uh,
just to be funny. Like I also think it's because you know how to cook. So like when you get around somebody who doesn't know how to cook, and then you realize they can't do certain things that you were getting in your last relationship, it's like oh nah, let me go back and get what I had before. You know.
Yeah, so I don't condone cheating, but I know people have it. And when you ask them, like, why did you cheat on me? The first question or the response you get is, I don't know, or I was bored, or you were out of town, or
Yeah.
you were focused on school. I'm like, those are not
Like
reasons to cheat on
I'm gonna
someone.
just be a little bit more transparent because like when you and I were together, like when we were like actually together
Hey,
in the
stop. Hey,
same city and like doing the same things, like the relationship was A1 on point, you know. But it was those times when we weren't together that I had a wandering eye and a wandering penis. So yikes.
bless you. And, without you doing that, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today.
That part.
So, just if you know that you're gonna cheat, or you're either talk to your partner about being in open relationships, or have an understanding or something. If they're not satisfying you, if sex is the only reason why you're cheating.
Okay, so question. I'm glad that you brought that up. So,
Oh,
does anybody actually know that they're going to cheat? What do you say? What are your thoughts on that, Andre?
Ooh.
mhm.
Again, I feel like that's just one of those things where the people in the relationship have to define it. Because the average definition of cheat is basically sex with another person.
Right.
But there could be a couple out there that you'd be like, hey, if you have an intimate moment with somebody, not necessarily having sex, you cheat.
That part.
Or
Yeah.
or if you
Hello.
If you're spending time with
texting
somebody else,
somebody,
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, or you're texting somebody and I can't see those text messages, you're cheating.
Right.
So I mean, I don't can't give a true definition of cheating.
Right.
I feel like obviously if you playing hide the rainbow roll with somebody, you cheat. But if you got somebody else out here who's dating someone and they're like, hey, if you doing wet willy in the ear with somebody and I catch you, you cheating. You feel me?
Ew.
I will give. Oh, now I'm gonna cut you off, love. I was just talking about this yesterday with a couple of girls. Shout out to the AKAs. Happy Founders Day. And they have tracking devices on their partner.
Wait, what?
And in my opinion, yeah, they have like Follow My Friends or Life 360 and all this type of stuff. In my opinion, if I gotta track you, we don't need to be together.
That part.
So if you feel like from the beginning that you're gonna be like, hey, what are you doing? Where are you at? Who are you talking to? Then you don't need to be with that person at all. I feel like I'm a very understanding person, and in my culture, I feel like I can go to the club and my spouse can dance with other people, and it's not a problem. They can have opposite sex friends, and it's not a problem. They can because it's a networking thing, and at the end of the day, you know your boundaries, and if you're gonna be like, no, you can't go to the club, you can't talk to anyone, or you can't go to the bar, or you can't have opposite sex friends. It's like, really, you think they just want to look at you because you need someone to go to and talk about, get a opposite sex view of things that's happening,
Right.
or just different networking. At the end of the day, I just don't think that because I talk to somebody or I text somebody of the opposite sex that immediately I want to have sex with them. And I think immediately the American culture, that's where they go. Oh my God, why you love their picture? You must want to sleep with them. It's a picture, and I like the picture.
That part. I think
I
I don't think people wake up out their bed and be like, oh, I think I'm gonna cheat on my significant other today. I think there's people that might actually do that, but I don't think that the vast majority of people wake up out of their bed knowing that they're gonna cheat on their significant other. I didn't know that I was gonna cheat until I was actually in the moment getting ready to cheat. Does that make sense? No? Yes?
Yeah, I agree with you that people don't wake up and do that, but I also feel like if someone is lacking something, it's only so much more that person can take. For example, if I'm in a relationship and I like my toes sucking, I know that,
Whoa.
or something drastic, and I know my partner, please, and I know my partner does not do that, and I keep, I keep trying to tell him like, this is what I 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 like. This is what I like. Then eventually you're gonna go somewhere else and seek that tendency or that what you like. Like the people who like to be spanked and beat on, that bondage type of stuff, they love their wife and they love what they can do, but it's just that high that they get when this particular act is happening. So it may not be something that you are gonna do. it's something that you're gonna do every single day. It may be something that you do once a month. You may slide a girl her water bill so that she can do whatever you need to do sexually to give you that satisfaction and keep it moving. It's not that you want to be in a relationship with them. You just have a high for something that you're searching that you're not getting at home. It could be a cooked meal.
Okay.
It could be a fun night out. It could be something small, but you're mentally connected to your wife or your spouse or your fiance, whomever it is. It's just the communication between you two. It's not worth throwing it away. Basically, it's kind of like, can you live without it?
Right.
I can, but I can also just do it once a month and be okay.
Okay, so this next question goes to the people who have been in like relationships. Like when you were in that serious relationship with somebody, whether it was more or less than 6 months, have you ever considered being in an open relationship? Let's start with you, Keontae.
I thought about it, and me and him talked about it, but it was kind of like, I got this feeling when he was kind of like denying everything. He's like, no, I don't want to do it, or I feel uncomfortable with another girl, or I don't know if I want another male in the room. So he was kind of like super in denial about everything, and it was kind of like, to me, I'm like, this could benefit both of us, not just you,
Right.
or not just me.
Right.
And then it was kind of like, oh, boom, there was an argument. And I was like, something not right. So I was like, okay, whatever. I just threw it off. Then he brought it up again. Oh, well, we should do it. Like, I changed my mind. I was like, why did you change your mind? Couldn't give me no clear answer or nothing. Just walked away. I was just like, oh, you brought it up for what reason?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
So did you ever go through with it?
Nope. Because somehow, because he's a fucking idiot, I was on my way home, and I'm like close to my house, 2 minutes, 3 minutes from my house, and I see him walking out with another girl, like just just randomly walking. I'm not assuming nothing. Like I was just like, oh, he might be one of his best friends or whatever. So he sees me and just take off running.
Yo.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna chase you, but you do what you gonna do.
Right.
And that was it. Like, I didn't talk to him none after that. That was it. Like, I cut off all communication, everything.
Nair, what about you? I know you said your relationships have been limited, but like, have you ever considered, like, even if you're by yourself, have you ever thought about like being in an open relationship?
No, not really personally, but I mean, like, you do see like those Tinder pages. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's like, hey, we're looking for a third. I'm like, man, that could not be me. You know, I feel like mentally I couldn't really do it to myself. It's kind of like mentally damaging. But
Right.
I can see like the way and why some people and certain people do it. But maybe I'm not at that point yet, or maybe I'm just seeing. I don't know.
What about you, Dre?
All right, so I've been in an open relationship. It didn't last too long for me.
Oh, it didn't last.
No, it ain't even no ooh. It's more like a. But like I think it was her idea, and the reason why it was her idea because just with the job that I have, I travel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of always on the go or something, and she felt like. I guess I don't know why, but she felt like I was going to cheat. And if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm not really going to cheat. But she felt like if she gave that opportunity, that as long as I came home to her, everything would be cool. And and my initial response to it was like, nah, I'm good. If you just want some other dick, I'll go buy you a dildo. Like,
or get a mold, or get a mold.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But and she was like, "It's not for me, it's for you. That way, I don't get caught up." And I was like, "Okay."
So she thought you was gonna pull a whole Usher out here in these streets.
Right. Come home with a baby or some shit. I don't know, but it ended up not working out. simply based on the fact that if I'm choosing to be with you, I'm choosing to be with you.
Right.
Like, I appreciate the hall pass. Thank you. I can go to the bathroom by my goddamn self, but I don't need that extra, cushion for me to be safe with. And we broke up for other reasons,
mm,
but it was cool.
right.
She gave me that thing, and I was very honest about her if I did anything.
Right.
But like, I don't. Open relationships are cool in theory,
Right.
but they hardly ever work in practical. I mean, ask Jada. So
So do you think
yeah,
there's a difference between an open relationship and a hall pass?
I mean the way it's thought out is different, but
Mm-hmm.
the way you carry it out is still the same. You're still asking to go do something with somebody else.
Gotcha. Shay, what are your thoughts on open relationships versus hall
Love
passes?
them. I absolutely love them.
See, if I would have
They're
known this way
great.
back then, we probably would still be together right now. I'm just
Awkward.
Okay.
I so I do want to be married, and I probably will be married very soon. But
Hey,
he and I
congrats.
he and I spoke about it several times. It's just like, look, you know, I want to be married to you for a long time. You're the foundation of this legacy. If something's not working right, then if I cannot fulfill it, do your thing. Because mentally we love each other, but uh,
Okay.
pretty much I'd rather have the understanding that, hey, I love you, and this is what it's gonna be, and we're not gonna always be together. But if you step out, just protect home. Don't get caught up with my finances, and you have to come home every night. So the moment you bring another baby or STD or my money is getting kind of funny, it's time to go.
Oh,
So I left it like that.
so yeah, our
Period.
relationship wouldn't have lasted long
Well, what?
then. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, it wasn't the last because
Yeah.
you started messing with my
Hey,
money.
hey, hey,
You
relax,
started.
relax, chill. We're not gonna do.
Oh, now it's relaxed.
We're not gonna do that up on here. We're not gonna do that. At least not this episode.
um. So yeah, I if it works for you and you have a great line of communication, then it works for you. I love to see people in open relationships who look at it as like building a legacy type. Um when I broke it down or when I had my last podcast with my friends, we discussed the open relationship and it was kind of like if you have a man and a woman in the house, that's two incomes. But if you add another woman or another male, which is very rare, that's three incomes, and the more the merrier because everybody can, have a strong field. But however, I don't want that many people in my privacy. So
Right.
I would like to just keep it if you're like lacking something that I can't do. Just I'd rather you just do your thing and
Gotcha.
keep my house happy.
Okay.
But I do you yeah.
So Nair, I have a question for you, or this is for everybody, but I'm gonna just pose it on here. Do you think there's a difference between finding a soulmate or finding the love of your life? Do you feel that there's a
Um
difference between the two?
You you was asking me, right?
Yes, yes. I'm starting off with you
I
first.
was like, wait. Oh, okay, okay. Just had to make sure. Just had to make sure. I think more of like the love of your life is more based on like a personal personal figure as far as your soulmate. I feel like it could be like a destiny thing as opposed to like, yeah, I've been waiting for this
Mm,
person. Oh, God is destined this person in my life. She's my soulmate. But as far as like through personal interactions and stuff, you kind of be like, oh, this is the love of my life because I've spent like however long years with her, or I've had like I don't know maybe two kids, or like you've learned to love her kind of thing. So I feel like they're different.
okay. Dre, what do you think?
So for me personally, I'm all about definitions. I'm sorry to keep using that term. Um, I see kind of like your soulmate as a person, like if all the hypothetical stars and whatever
Mhm.
align,
Yeah.
that's who you're supposed to be with,
Right.
and you and that person have so many things in common. That's who you're supposed to be with. And then I see the love of your life as somebody that you've chosen to date, and you guys have mutual interest in each other, and you get together, and you're able to put up with each other's bullshit
Right.
for however long that you've chosen to put up with each other's bullshit.
Mhm.
And at some point, you decided, you know what? I like your bullshit,
Hey, and you like my
and I ain't
bullshit.
going nowhere.
Yeah.
I love it.
I feel
Which is
like I'm sorry to cut you off, but
you're good.
I feel like with Shay, I feel like she was the love of my life. Um, because we started off as friends first, which is how I recommend everybody starting off their relationship. And even though like our relationship didn't work out because of me mainly, I feel like we're still able to be best friends to this day. And Shay is still my best friend to this day, you know? Like we may not talk every day, but I know that if I need some advice or if I want some advice, even if it's not what I want to hear, but it's what I need to hear, I feel that Shay's gonna give it to me straight because she knows me better than damn near anybody else. So I feel like my soulmate. I feel like the soulmate is like, when people say that they're not looking for a relationship, but they're looking for a relationship, like, or I'll know my wife when I see her, or that whole love at first sight type of thing. I feel like that is your soulmate, and I don't feel like I found my soulmate yet, but I found the love of my life, if that makes sense.
Stop. That was so sweet.
Oh, here she goes with antics.
I don't believe in soulmates.
Okay.
That's just from studies, just like I don't believe in horoscopes. Because if something was to happen to the person who identified as my soulmate is supposed to be that one person for the rest of your life,
Mm.
according to a lot of people, I'm assuming. Um, but if something happens, will I remarry or will I be interested in other people? Will I date? Will I have kids with other people? So if I was to do those things, that person was not my soulmate.
Mm.
Because the soulmate is the person, to me, if I did, it would be that person. If they died today, I die tomorrow, type of deal. But if they die right now at my age, could I move on?
Mm.
Type of deal. The love of my life, I feel like every relationship has been the love of my life. To be completely honest, I thought that you were the love of my life when we were together. We were together for a long time, and I was like clingy. I didn't want anybody but you. I just seen my future with you. I planned my life with you, and that's the way that I want it to be. Um,
Yeah, well,
like
you sound like shit now, bro. I'm sorry.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to
Shit,
you.
let's get to the question.
Back then, yeah, I was a piece of shit.
I mean,
back
yeah,
then.
because like you were deployed, and I would wake up and talk to you, and vice versa. You just had my back, and I had your back, and you supported me. So at that time, I could literally, if something was to happen to you, I would die the next day because like that's how much like you knew everything, even the dark people I don't even tell no more. You knew everything about me. So I just felt
Yeah.
like
Even knew
after
your
that, you
nicknames.
just took away my meaning of soulmate. So then once I got to college and started studying, I realized like there's no such thing as soulmate because
Mm.
I felt at that time like, yeah, this is it. Like we were gonna be 90 years old and married, rocking on each other and farting.
That part. Keontae, Keontae, what do you think
So
about the
to
whole?
me, a soulmate is somebody that you mentally, spiritually, and physically connect with. This is this
Okay.
person where you can sit down and have a one-on-one conversation like, this situation is happening between us, and we need to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
The love of your life is kind of like temporary, like connection. It's there, but then like it fades away after a while. Maybe distance come into it, or maybe somebody go to college, or a parent don't like one of the, it could be pretty much anything. But your soulmate is somebody you wake up and you just like, man, this is my person, and you say it like, this is my person, and you proud of it.
Right.
The love of your life is kind of like, yeah, I love you, okay, and then that's it.
So would you agree with the fact that if I were to say that a soulmate is more permanent and the love of your life is more temporary? Is that what you're saying in
Yep.
basically layman's terms?
Yep.
That's fair. All right.
So if that's the case, question for my girl. If
Okay.
you said soulmate is more permanent, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if this person you said was your soulmate and he cheats on you or have a baby, will you still be with him?
I mean, it just depends on who it is and how we connected.
I think she said if your
But
soulmate.
I'm talking about
conversation
if
comes
he's your,
into play.
this person is your soulmate though.
Yeah.
Your definition of soulmate. So if he cheats on you and have a baby with another woman, you'll still be with him because he's your soulmate.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but it's a lot on the line after that.
But this is
Because
your
how I'm built as a
soulmate.
woman.
This is your permanent. This is your
True.
person.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, I want to have that good.
Yo.
That's what I'm trying to say. If this person is your soulmate, because at that time, those things transpired in my life, and I thought that person was my soulmate, and I was willing to stay.
Yeah, she was willing
That
to
like
stay. Yeah.
anything that happened between Stephanie and I stayed. He wanted out.
Yeah.
So
I think
I
on the
stayed
same
through
token,
all of that.
I think on the same token, I stayed too, because there was some stuff that if it were to happen now, I would have been left. But like I stayed, and then
That
did my own thing later. It wasn't. It was never on no like revenge type stuff, but it was just like I don't know. My eyes started to wander, and I started doing
so
stuff that I shouldn't have been doing.
Right, but I'm just letting her know, like, that's how I felt at that time, that you were my soulmate, because I was willing to work through whatever problems and communicate with you and change and work on it. So at that time, yes, you were my soulmate. After that, forget these soulmates. So that's why I wanted to know, if someone was to cheat on you at this time or this day, would you stay? If they were to have another baby on you, would you stay? Because I feel like if you wouldn't, then that's not your soulmate.
So let me get this straight, Shay. Because of me, you no longer believe in a soulmate?
And after my studies.
No. So you're saying because of me, you no longer believe in a soulmate. All right, got it. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, soulmates are dead. Horoscopes are dead. Wow. All that stuff that we look for a reasoning is dead.
Damn you, Will.
Wow.
Right?
Dre.
I mean, for real, because if something was to happen to you and you were deployed and they knocked on my door, I would have died just for not being able to like talk to you or see you or just hear your voice. Like I would have literally died.
Damn, I can't wait to feel that. What the hell?
Right, like what am I doing?
I feel really shitty now. I feel really shitty.
At the wrong place.
But no.
Yeah, but we were young and
Yeah. Dre, do you feel like you've met your soulmate or your the love of your life?
Oh, can you repeat that for me?
I said, do you feel like you've either met your soulmate or the love of your life?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Just based off of like the definitions that I gave earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I feel like I met the person that I could consider my soulmate.
Okay.
But then again, like we're not together anymore. So like, was she really? And then I feel like at some point, if you're with somebody for over an extended amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
they're the love of your life. Granted, whether you're with them or not, like if you can deal with somebody hot breath as you wake up in the morning, they're the love of your life. It really don't matter what else happens the rest of the goddamn day. That's the love of your life.
Yo.
Because you just woke up with a hot ass breath in your fucking face.
Yo.
So, and so that's why I say like yes and no, because that can happen.
Right.
But if you're not with them, can you really say yes? But at the same time, you've experienced those feelings. They weren't fake. You didn't make it up. You can't make up hot breath. So, you can't really say no
Halitosis
either.
breath and all. Yikes. That's interesting. Okay. So should being in a healthy relationship strengthen your sex drive? Yes or no?
Hell yeah.
Yo,
Shay?
Hell yeah.
because you're gonna feel that drive at the end of the day. Like, damn, I'm with this person. Like, I want to do more with this person. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, I'm gonna conquer the world. Also do sex. I'm just saying.
Also do sex.
Wait, what was the question? I misheard it.
I said, should being in a healthy relationship strengthen your sex drive?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I know. Like when you and I were
Because
together,
oh Lord,
whenever I came to the spot, and like she would do these things that made me feel like a king. So like she would know that I'm coming to visit her. I'm not gonna tell you where I went because that's none of y'all business. But
I appreciate that.
She would have my favorite meal cooking or already cooked. She'd be freshly showered and looking good.
That's
and,
deep.
2 meals.
Talk your shit, Will.
And then she'd wet them lips every time she like that was like her favorite thing to do was like to wet her lips before she gave me a kiss, which was really crazy because I'd be like, dog, you really don't need no lip gloss because all you doing is just on the lips and then just giving me the wet
Hey,
lips.
you ain't have to make that noise.
I didn't have to do all that.
My dog demonstrated it.
It was annoying to me. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But not like
Will, don't do that. Don't be telling all her information like that.
Yeah.
Right, bro. You giving her secrets.
Don't do that.
You giving her secrets away and shit. I hope my future wife listening, but goddamn, you giving her secrets away and shit.
Hey, if y'all want relationship advice, y'all holla at Shay real quick. Cause woo.
Yeah. Now I won't date anybody who's not like. A lot of people ask me, will I date somebody who's Greek as well? And now I feel like if you're not Greek, I can't date you.
Damn, that is some shit.
Dang, I'm not Greek.
Listen. To defend her, I don't feel that way. No, I don't feel that way. But
No more.
Yeah, no more. I didn't feel that way. I felt that way for a certain amount of time, and because to be honest with you, like you guys, it's a certain level of understanding that we have with each other. Like, for example, the smallest of things as just me leaving to go somewhere. And again, I'm not defending her, but to just explain what she's saying, I can go out of town safely, me dating a Greek, versus me dating someone who's not Greek. Because
a regular ass, okay.
No, but listen. Imagine, like, especially for males, and it's worse for females. I can only imagine. But like, imagine a male. Your significant other is not Greek.
Right.
You packing your clothes. You making sure all your fits is right. Your homeboy is blowing up your phone, telling you, "Hey, we finna get lit when we get to wherever the hell we going." And your girl is sitting there in the chair with her legs crossed, giving you the meanest ass face in the world. So you finna go have fun.
Yeah, I'm finna go stroll with my homies because you ain't got none. Shit,
You know? Exactly. And there's a level of understanding that we get with each other that I'm not gonna get with somebody who's not Greek. And because they understand, what I went through
right.
to get to be able to do what I'm doing now,
That's
and
love,
and that other person don't. So all I'm gonna get from that person is, oh, you going out of town again? Oh, you got another event to do? Oh, community service, huh? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yo.
so yeah, I mean, she got a point.
Community service, huh?
Community service, huh? Yo, it's crazy.
You stroll together, you ride together, huh? That's what you're saying, huh? Okay.
No, it's basically just because, like he said, not to change the topic or anything, but like he said, you have an understanding and to build a legacy just from the Greek life is really big. You have conferences, you're always on the road, and if you're active, like I'm active, super active, you're moving back and you can move differently. And when you date someone who's able to come to you to those events, it's a lot different than some of my sisters have experienced just recently. Their spouse isn't Greek. So when, the Omegas were out for our Founders Day, but when they're greeting us with the love and the unity, their significant other was mad and ready to fight. But at the end of the day, it's just love. So it's like that type of stuff. You might think, oh, that's your brother, huh? Like I used to do with you, Steph, battle buddy. That's what we call him now. Oh, okay.
That shit's dope.
That's my battle.
Love.
It's kind of the same. How you feel about your battle buddies is how we feel about the Greek life. We're not as close as the signals, but it's still kind of like the same as battle buddy and whatever y'all doing. Just remember hearing that battle buddy a lot.
Okay.
I got you.
Is it okay to have friends or best friends of the opposite sex while you're in a relationship?
Yes, it is. I have male friends that I'm really close with, and they give me the best advice.
Who's your best friend?
And not only that,
Who's
they
your
help
best
me
friend?
figure out what men.
Who's your best friend?
Huh?
Who's your best friend?
Oh, you, honey.
Oh,
You're my best friend.
Nah, wink twice. Say if it's not.
Yeah, because I was about to boot
That's
you
my
off this
safe
call if it wasn't me. I'm kidding.
No, I really think that you need the opposite sex friends, and I'm just like, so you mean to tell me all your life you never hung out with any girls or grew up with any girls or do anything, especially if you play sports or you went to college, if you went to an HBCU, you did any of this type of stuff. You mean to tell me that you don't have any friends you stayed in contact with?
I think it's a necessity that you have people of the opposite sex to be your best friend in situations because they give you the best game on the opposite sex if you're looking for game.
I don't give up my game, but
whoa, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
If you are now, if you have been intimate with that person, and like recently, I think it will be a little bit of a that's not your best friend type of deal.
Okay.
I mean, obviously we were intimate, but we haven't been intimate with each other in years.
Yes, that's true.
I'm just saying.
So you're saying if there's an absence of, sexual history for a certain amount of time, then y'all can be friends in that scenario? That's what you're saying then?
I feel like yes, you could be friends because at this point you're losing the sexual attraction because whatever they did, you're not grieving. You already grieved and you already moved forward and moved on. You have to be able to see that person with somebody else and be like, hey, I'm proud of you being in your relationship. Congratulations.
I think it's more so.
Then you'll know.
I think it's more so important to start off as friends as opposed to jumping right into a relationship because a lot of people jump into relationships these days and then the first sign they see of not liking something they don't like in another person, oh, this relationship's over. I don't want to be with you no more. Blah 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 blah. But if you start off as friends, it's like it's a pros and cons type of thing because like it's pros because it's your best friend, but it's cons because like it's your best friend and they know how to push your buttons and make you mad and take you to a place that nobody else would ever get the chance to because they don't know you like that. But your best friends can get you to the highest of highs and then they can also get you to the lowest of lows if that ever happens. So yeah. That's my take on it. What do you think, Keontae?
Honestly, I really don't care because if I trust you, go right ahead. You want to go hang with your best friend? Go ahead. Till I say, hey girl, what you doing? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Once again, there's that conversation. I have a best friend. As long as you tell me, I'm cool with that. But now, if this best friend, like Shay said, you have some type of sexual tension between, I'm gonna be a little iffy about that because, like, how long was that ago?
Okay, so
I
question.
mean, was it?
So if you and I were to be dating, right, Keontae, and you already have been introduced to my ex wife, like how would you feel about her still being my best friend?
Um, I mean, I wouldn't be upset. No,
Right, because I don't know
because I
him.
trust you. Right, like she just said it. She bluntly said it. Like she bluntly saying it, woman to woman to me. I don't want him. Cool. Go
It's
ahead.
just, yeah. I feel like if you know that, like, I could invite him to my wedding.
Oh shit! No, I'm gonna
And
shut that shit down too.
yeah,
Oh wow.
But I could,
I'm playing.
I could,
I'm playing. I'm playing.
I could invite him to my wedding or his significant other. He has been in other relationships, and I communicated with him like, hey, congratulations on your relationship, blah blah blah. It's when he's in relationships and he stops talking to me that I'll be in my feelings. Like, wait, why you not talking to me? And he'll hit me back like he's respecting the woman. I'm like, but I feel like if you introduce the person, if you can answer your phone around that person, if you have line boundaries, all that it should be okay with the opposite sex. The moment that they disrespect your relationship, then you cut them off. And previous friends is not the problem. It's the new friends that you have. Like you go out or if you go on a trip and then all of a sudden you got this new best friend that I haven't heard about, then that's when the problem comes, especially if I'm with you for a long period of time. And if you got these brothers that I never seen, or these sisters that I never seen, or these cousins that I never heard about, and you staying the night at your cousin's house, well, we both going to your cousin's house because I never seen them before, and I guess we both gonna stay the night. And because that's the problem. You must introduce and you front street. The moment they like mess up or cross the line, then you have to cut it off. Because at that point, if you cannot cut that person off, then they're gonna always feel like they have control of your relationship, and they can continue to overstep boundaries because you as a man or a woman are not putting your foot down and let them know like, yo, don't come from a man like that, or this is gonna have to be it. Ooh. I had to do it. I've had a best friend that I have not had intimacy with at all since I was 17 years old. And in my current relationship, he overstepped his boundaries. He want to pour his love to me, but then it kept getting worse and worse. And I was like, no, like this is it. I have to cut you off. And now you just mess up a great relationship because you overstep boundaries. And it's like, I hate to do it, but I warned you and I didn't want to do it. So now I have to put some distance in between us.
So let me just clear some air real quick, because every time that I went ghost on Shay while I was in a relationship wasn't because of Shay. It was because of the person that I was with wouldn't understand the relationship that I have with Shay.
I want everybody that's listening at home to understand Will's face that he's been holding this in for like the last 4 minutes. And I just needed everybody to hear that. It was like on the tip of his tongue, but
like you can see it, right? You can see it, right?
Yeah. That and Shay's air quotes is giving me life. You feel me?
Because it's like Shay thinks that I just be going ghost because like I don't want to talk to her or talk to my best friend, but that's not the case because like I'd love to talk to my best friend every day, but the fact is when I'm in a relationship, I don't talk to her out of respect for my relationship because I don't want to deal with those answers like, oh, you talking to her again? Oh, why you always talking? You know what? Shut up. Like, that's my best friend. We've been through literally everything together. And you wouldn't be able to understand that because you just don't. And instead of explaining it to you every single time, all the things that we've been through, I'm just not going to talk to my best friend. And like I hope she understands that, but like she knows that like
But
my
Will,
intentions are good though.
I don't feel like you should do that though.
Yeah,
Your best friend is technically your heart. So
right.
like I don't understand. Like you choosing your girlfriend over your heart. That's kinda like living and then dying at the same time.
So like I'll explain it this way. Like if it's gonna cause a fight between my girlfriend and I currently, which it has plenty of times, it's just best to be like, all right, well, I'm not gonna talk to my best friend unless it's here and there. You know what I'm saying? On a respectful level, because I can say some foul shit when I talk to Shay, and I'm gonna be honest, I do be spouting off at the mouth a few times. Because look at her. I mean, damn. Anyways, um, but at the same time, it's just like Shay knows
Oh
that
no, because I ain't got no makeup on.
Shay just knows that I don't mean it the way it comes off, you know, because she's my best friend and she knows that like when I say stuff, I'm either hyping her up, I'm either like telling a joke, or I'm like 75% serious. But it's like, you know, it's never with ill intent to like make my girlfriend at the time feel like she's in competition with my ex-wife, because the fact of the matter is there is no competition, because hello, Shay already won because she had me, but she doesn't have me anymore because she don't want me. So why are
I
you
was
feel
not
like you're in a competition, you know?
arguing with nobody with a face that I'm set on.
You say what?
That's period.
What was that?
But yeah, that's exactly
Oh, your connection is
that's how
terrible.
I feel. Is
Okay, that was weird. Awkward.
hello.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what happened. I do respect the fact that you choose your relationship. You should all the time, 175% of the time. Always choose your relationship. I just don't like. Sometimes I do want to tell you stuff. You short talk me, and I just want to get your opinion on if I'm overreacting or blah blah blah. And it's like, hey, bye. Oh, I'm with my girl. Ask you for advice, and let me go to the next person. But now that I have all these people that I have met through this podcast, I'm going to start inboxing them asking about.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all stay respectful too, cause don't make me come looking for you guys for talking to my ex-wife like that. That's weird.
Oh, now you wanted to. Okay, that's crazy.
And you know the Delta love those.
Hey,
You know,
first
we
of all,
love
relax,
we love
Shay.
those apples.
Relax, Shay. Okay, relax.
I ain't do nothing, but still, it's okay.
No, I'll just play it.
Fire nice, but continue.
What? Oh, where do we leave off? Should your partner be the only person that you confide in while you're in a relationship?
Nah, bro. And just basically on the fact that I don't, I don't think when you're with somebody, you're getting their point of view. And I mean, that's with relationship or not. Like when you're talking to any individual, you're getting their point of view. And sometimes, no matter how much you love a person, quite frankly, I might not want to hear your shit. And
Say that
it
one more
has to
time.
be
Say that one more
okay.
time, please. Say that one more
It don't matter
time.
how much you love somebody.
Oh my gosh.
It may be a time I really just don't want to hear your shit, and that needs to be okay. I think and just like going back to having that best friend, you need another outlet,
Right.
and I think as long as that outlet is respectful of what you got going on, it's cool. I can't. I mean, just like what. So your partner tells you, hey, the way you've been fucking is not okay. Only your partner can help you fix that because you're fucking them.
That part.
But if your partner comes to you and be like, you know what, I really don't care for how, you just don't do the dishes the way I want them to do. I'm not finna go talk to that motherfucker about that shit. What I'm gonna say is, you know what? You clean the motherfucking dishes, and then I'm gonna go talk to my friend about it.
That part. Okay, so like I was on Clubhouse the other day, and if you're not on Clubhouse, you need to get on it because you'll have some of the realest conversations you ever had with the most random people that you've never met, and that should probably be their slogan because it gets real in Clubhouse. Anyways, I was on Clubhouse one day, and they were talking about this man was talking about when he's in a relationship, he doesn't take out the trash. He'll do anything else in a relationship, but he will not take out the trash. And like people are on there were calling him like, "Oh, you're not a man, then blah 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 blah. How do you do this and you don't take out the trash?" He was like, first of all, y'all, I have I'm a germaphobe. I don't like all these germs. Like I don't even like cleaning up dishes after people who put forks in their mouth. So why would I take out the trash?" And then they were like, "Oh, so do you have a daughter? Blah blah blah. Do you have a son? Blah blah blah." And he was like, "Yeah." So he was like, so you just gonna let your daughter be stank if she needs her pamper to be changed?" He was like, "Bro, like I'm telling you, I'm a germaphobe. But if need be, if my wife isn't there, if somebody else isn't there to change the diaper, of course I'm gonna go ahead and change her diaper because that's my kid. That's my responsibility. But if I have a choice to do so in between like doing these things, then I'm not going to do it because it's like a thing that I literally can't do and it causes a reaction from my body when I get around germs." And they were getting on this man for that. So like how do y'all feel about certain quote unquote gender roles in a relationship? Oh, here Shay go. She over here getting ready. She postured up and everything.
Yeah, you fucked up, Will. Yeah.
Come on,
Congratulations.
come on, Shay. Come on with it, dog. Come on, Shay.
I was raised differently. Like I just like to cook, clean, and do that type of stuff.
And
But however, I don't like opening
cook,
my own
y'all.
door. I don't like pumping the gas, and I don't like taking out the garbage. So I do like folding clothes when I need to. Like it's certain things that I like to do that I wouldn't want my spouse to do. Like, hey, I like folding the clothes because I like my clothes folded a certain way. So please don't do laundry because you suck at it. It's a label. It's a level of communication. Like, hey, if I cook, you do the dishes. If I'm cleaning, just take the garbage out. I just feel like a man should take the garbage out. That's just all I see my papa do is take the garbage out. He didn't do anything. He didn't cook. He didn't clean. He didn't iron his clothes. He just brought home the money and took the garbage out and opened the door and paid the tab. Yeah. So whatever works for your household works for your household. But for me, I believe in the 60-40 rule, and I want my spouse to provide 60%, and I'll provide the 40 because I have to carry kids.
60-40. I'm gonna come back to that later. Nair, what is your take on gender roles?
Hey, I like everything she just said. I think we're kind of built on the traditional norm of you do this and I do this when it should really be like a mutual understanding. You know what I mean? But of course, growing up, you have to like demolish those boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you might be a single guy and you have to do everything. You know what I'm saying? You might be a single woman, you have to do everything. So it's really like just knowing your background and really kind of like developing that. I guess what am I looking for? Good Lord.
A happy medium.
Y'all know what we're talking about. Come on now.
A happy medium, like it's basically communication between you and your girl. Yeah.
I think you're looking for compromise.
Compromise. Yeah.
That's it. Good Lord.
We got you, bro.
Self-efficient. God dang.
Oh, okay.
I feel like with this question, self-efficient and equality comes to mind for some reason.
Yeah, I would agree. Keontae, what is your take on gender roles?
I kind of agree with what Shay said, but it's kind of like you said, it's a communication thing. Say for instance, he has to leave and he has something to do, like Dre said, like he travels a lot or he has to, host something or whatever, and he like, babe, can you do this specific thing for me because I'm not gonna be able to get to it? Okay, fine, cool, I'll do it for you. But it's just like if you don't tell me nothing, it's gonna sit there. Like that's just that.
Okay, Jay.
All right, I'm gonna say a lot of bullshit before I get to my good shit. So
Yes,
bear with me.
sir. Yes, sir. Talk your shit.
Because I told y'all I'm big on definitions.
Right.
So, like, literally, I think people get woman and lady mixed up, and people also get man and gentleman mixed up. And what I mean by that is, you know, there's things that a lot of people like. There's things that a man should do, and there's things that a woman should do. The literal definition of a man is to have a penis, and two balls behind it. Cool. And a little definition of a woman is to have a vagina and a butthole near it. And even this is 2021. That's very fluid too. So, I think people, when you get into the definition of gentleman and lady, you get into that definition of gentleman and lady. That's when me personally, any woman who dates me, I don't like you touching doors. That's just me personally. And
yes, sir.
I don't like you. I don't. Yeah. I don't like you touching doors. I got that. Go ahead, move your little ass out the way. Thank you. But
yes, sir.
And I cook a lot. Will live with me for a certain amount of time. I cook a lot. You don't never have to touch the kitchen if you don't want to, because I'm gonna be there before you probably.
And y'all could be having steak.
Yeah, I do that.
And you're gonna be having steak.
Real talk, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, like I said in an earlier discussion when we were talking about, cheating and all this stuff, it's up to those people to define it within their relationship. I've dated someone who hates cleaning, and I had to wash all our stuff. I'm cool with that. Because I love you, I'm gonna do that for you.
Yeah.
If I don't love you, your ass is gonna have dirty clothes.
You got to go.
But it's just there's a difference between a man and a gentleman, a woman and a lady, and I think we have to start separating those two distinct differences. Because if we always look at like, this man, he'll never want to open the door for me, or he'll never want to do that. That's cool. He's still a damn man.
Right.
Is he a gentleman?
No.
Nah.
Right.
But that's still a man, and vice versa for women. And so, is it to a preference of someone's liking? Absolutely not. And if that's not what you like, know that, have the self-identity to know that, and move away from that person before you start coming for them.
So, like, what I explained as my reasoning when I was in this clubhouse defending this man I was like, dude, why are you explaining yourself to them? I said, what's understood between you and your lady doesn't need to be explained to anybody, because that's the compromise that you both made between each other. So, like, there's certain things I don't allow my woman to do either. I don't like her to open her doors. Like, I slap hands when they go reaching for doors, and Shay would tell you I've done that before. I don't like her pumping gas. I don't like her walking on the inside towards the street, because that's a big no-no. But then at the same time, it's like, I really feel like in the new age that we're in, there is no such thing as gender roles. Like, because the fact of the matter is, if you're living on your own and you got trash that needs to be taken out, who's taking out the trash? The woman.
You.
You doing it on your own. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can be
these little kids that I leave my
you know what
garbage outside, and I give them $1 when they not
well, there's like
right there.
There's like certain things that like women can be okay with doing. Like, I want women to be so independent that they don't need a man to do certain things, but not so independent to where they won't allow a man to be a man in the relationship. I hope that didn't go over anybody's heads, because I might have to say that again.
take it.
Like, it's okay to be
I understand,
but not so much to where you can't receive help from a man who genuinely just wants to help because he wants to, and not because he wants to get the draws.
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying, because I had to learn how to be a little bit more submissive, because I am a very dominant person.
Yeah.
And you're red.
Yeah. She red. For sure.
So you already know. So I am so I am very dominant, and I've worked on being submissive, but it's just certain things that I will not tolerate in a relationship. And if they don't do, I'll speak to them like, hey, it'll make me really happy if you open my door and things like that. Like my partners now, that open my umbrella. Like even if I'm driving, they open my door. They ask me if I need anything, and vice versa. So it's just the line of communication, because I know one household, the man is a stay-at-home dad, and the mom is working a lot more. So like you said, it's 2021. Things are different, but for me, I just always want to be home to nurture. I want to be the nurturing person. That's why I said 60-40. The man should be, in my opinion, he should be working a little bit harder than I should. Period.
I'm gonna look at you crazy because at the same time, like,
Well, you ain't got to do all that, but
no, I'm gonna look at her
red,
crazy.
bro.
I'm gonna just look at her crazy because at the same time, like, women have to know that it's okay for them to make more money than the man. It's okay for women to make more money than the man, but at the same time, it is not your place to make a man feel less of himself because he doesn't make as much money as you do if you make more money than him.
I don't want to make more money than him. That's the thing.
But it's okay
the things
if you
that
do.
I am for, it is, but I am for community service, helping the community. I know that in my field, until I launch my nonprofit, this is how it's going to be. I know that my calling is not for me to be a doctor, or that's just not for me. So I know that I'm not going to ever be the breadwinner in a 2-person household.
So what she's saying is,
because
fellas,
when another
if you're
person
listening,
joins my household, I'm going to start doing what I want to do.
fellas, if
basically.
you're listening, if you're not a doctor, if you're not a lawyer, if you're not a baller, don't come knocking on her door.
That is not true, because I am that is not true. I'm willing to build with someone. You don't necessarily have to be that. I'm willing to build with someone, but once we start adding kids to the equation, I want to be home and nurturing, and I like to cook, and I like to spend quality time, and I feel like that type of household for me, I'm not going to be able to cook for my husband or dress up sexy for him or do all this type of stuff if I'm always working. When I come home, I'm tired, I'm aggravated, I have a headache, I'm feisty. Like, so then it's like everything that you just did is going out the window, because you don't know what I'm hearing behind closed doors of my friends. So I know he's not sitting at home while you out here working 12, 14 hours. Because if you look at women that are doctors, 9 times out of 10, they're married to someone else who is equally yoked.
Yeah. That's just my take on it. Because I mean, I may not be the breadwinner, but I don't want to be judged or like talked down to because I don't make more or as much money as my spouse does.
Yeah, that's understandable. I would never talk down or belittle someone, because the person who doesn't make the most inside the house, if you don't work and I work more, I shouldn't have to cook, I shouldn't have to clean. Like that's your job at home, in my opinion. Please don't beat me up in the comments, but that's your job, and your duty is to make sure the house is taken care of. You are
what if I want to be the stay-at-home dad? What if I want to be the stay-at-home dad?
You can be the stay-at-home dad. Stay-at-home dad have to take kids to school. They have to pick them up. They have to take them to practice. They have to cook. They have to clean. They have to help with homework. They have to make sure the laundry. All that type of stuff.
Never mind. You got it. Never mind.
Oh, bro, you don't ask for it. I'm just saying, bro.
Never mind.
That's what a stay-at-home dad does. Doctor's appointments, finances, pay bills. I'm putting money in the account. It's your responsibility to pay all those bills.
You got it.
Like that's your thing.
Just the money on the counter for me.
You got it. I'm gonna go out there, pat and turn, and look for me a job. Okay. Is it okay for the best friend of the opposite sex to sit on your spouse's or your significant other's lap?
So you telling me ain't no other tails in there?
Hell no.
So what you trying to tell me is where you at? Ain't no other chairs in that bitch. Ain't nobody else in this bitch handy enough to build a motherfucking chair. And also, what you're telling me is y'all also can levitate because ain't no flow. I'm confused. Help me understand. Like I get it, you know. And now you're also telling me that man that you sitting
is
on
not a gentleman.
Thank you.
So you mean there's no chance that the man is still sitting in the chair while you standing up and levitating and all that sort of stuff?
Like we not all in this together. Everybody don't need to sit down right
High
now.
School Musical.
I don't know, cause like I have. Never mind.
No, talk.
Nah, elaborate.
Nah.
At this,
Nah.
Give us the discussion. Elaborate.
I'm concerned. Help me.
no, you're right. Everything y'all said was right.
Nah, not say what you gotta say. Not because I'm just looking at you crazy right now, but like say what you gotta say.
She looking at the floor.
Don't do that.
Right.
Thank you.
Nah, Keontae. Nah, I want to know.
I want to know too. Cause yeah.
Is it okay for your friend?
Nah, come on.
All right, you said sit on the lap. Is it okay for your woman to sit on her male best friend's lap, in or not? Okay. I just don't care about that stuff.
Because let me tell you something right now, Shay. Let me tell you something right now. If you go sit on another man's lap, I'm airing this bitch out.
Shut up. I would
no count.
No, actually, I'm gonna take that back because I would be like, now this is if we both not sitting on the lap, then nobody's sitting on the lap, but me. It's either gonna be both of us or me. That's the way it's gonna be. But I have never tested because it becomes a level of disrespect. So now you're playing in my face.
That's right.
So now you're being disrespectful when you're playing in my face, and I'm trying to hold my composure before I, I'm gonna stomp it out in a minute. So, but as my man, you should know, hey, you might not want to do that. You sit here, whatever is bound to happen is bound to happen. But I don't think my friends would even do that. Like, that's taking it a little bit too far. Now I do let them dance with. I let them dance with my spouse. You can back it up. You can feel what I'm working with. You can do any of that.
Nah. We been there, done that, Shay. Like we both know that some craziness came out from out of that. From
Of who you?
Like dancing on other people at the club. Like
that's you being crazy.
Yeah,
it wasn't me. It wasn't me because I was back there like, hey. I was like, please do that.
Crazy.
Please, please. The more you do, the less I have to do later.
Hey, relax.
So it was you acting crazy. And once again, whoever said that people ask for things and then when they get it, they can't handle it.
Yeah.
He was like, we go to the club, we have a good time, we dance with multiple people. Bet.
No, because we did have like a compromise like on that. I'm not even going to front on y'all. Like we had ground rules. Like if there was a twerk contest going on, go win us some money, babe. And guess what she did? She went and won us some money though. Like every time.
Sorry, you're not my pimp.
Huh? No, but no, for real.
I said like you my pimp or something.
No. I'm not trying to make it seem like that. But no, like we did talk about like, hey, this is what you can and can't do if we're going out to the club together, just so we on the same type of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Oh, so you saying you gave her the before we walk into this grocery store conversation?
We did.
No, I gave him. let me let you know. Let me let you know.
I just guess
I gave him. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the club. We're gonna have a good time.
That's what we're doing.
I'm just saying that's what I said.
Hey, we not trying to air y'all dirty laundry. I just had to ask that question. But
Okay.
Nothing. No, we definitely discussed it, and even Yeah, we definitely. I was so young, like it really didn't phase me. Nothing phased me at that time. Once again, reflecting back, when it's your soulmate, like I feel like no matter what this person do, at the end of the day, he's gonna come home with me. That's just my mindset.
Okay.
Now, if it goes further to where I can't handle it, then now you're being disrespectful.
Yeah. All right. So one of the last questions I'm going to ask on here, and then we can open the floor for anything you guys want to talk about. Is it expected that your friends are to be my friends and my friends are to be your friends if we're in a relationship?
Nope.
Nah.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Is
and
it
slow.
Is it expected that your friends are to be my friends and my friends are to be your friends if we're in a relationship?
Hell no, because if I need to play a game of Taboo and I'm picking teams, I can't pick y'all motherfuckers. Hell no.
Say that thing. Say that thing.
We might have some gang shit we need to do. We can't invite everybody.
Whoop, 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 whoop. You know, throwing up all the signs on the set. But like my friends are my friends for a reason because they're my friends.
I say no because like if it's like a big basket of just friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we break up. You can't just have all the eggs in the basket, man. I brought these friends. I'm gonna go back with these friends.
So you taking the kids and the dog and the house too at the end of the relationship?
Exactly. I'm leaving with something.
Nah, she gonna sign that prenup to my friends.
Shit, I don't know.
My friends are to remain my friends at the end of our relationship.
I say no as well because if there's like a convention or something like that and we're all friends, then my spouse can call you and be like, "Where's Shay?" At that point, it's too much. Or even if I want to do something and they calling you to check up on me, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on it. And we don't all blend. Like my spouse now, my friends don't blend well with him. He is with his like he's with his friends, his brothers, and his sports and all that type of stuff. And my friends are a little bit, different per se.
So
we just don't.
so
We try
know,
to blend in, and we just don't blend well.
So just so y'all know, after we get off this episode for this podcast, I'm gonna have to talk to my best friend Shay because she never told me about this dude she got right now. So yeah. You on mute, so we can't hear nothing you saying. Anyways, at this time we're gonna open the floor for anybody who wants to say something or want to talk about something that's on their mind right now.
I want to know from Mr. Let's see, Andre. What would you consider cheating if you were in a relationship with your soulmate?
Oh, with my
or your love of your life?
Oh yeah. For me personally, I'm a big the way I show love is touch, is physical touch. That's my love language.
Okay.
So the moment that you crossing their line, like if his hand goes too far to my liking, yeah, now me and you got issues, or you sharing conversations with him that normally you would be sharing with me. I mean I don't call that necessarily cheating, but now you there's a line that you cross that I'm gonna be like, I feel like eventually it's gonna lead to cheating. And I've been cheated on before, so I have a very, very low tolerance for fuckery. And when those intentional buttons get pushed, I'm like, oh, okay, I've seen this movie before. I know the ending. I'm gonna go ahead and press pause before I get to that motherfucker because I ain't got time for you. And that's just me. I mean, is there a selective thing? Yeah, because I'm picky as hell, people. I'm sorry, it's the alpha in me. So, there's a numerous amounts of things that I'm just like, like don't let my food touch.
That
but
part.
yeah, I'm just
yes.
But as long as we have an agreed boundary, have fun. I'm not trying to stop you from being great, but you can be great with me.
That part.
I don't need you to go be great with everybody.
Indeed. Anyone else have any questions that they want to ask for the floor? Shay, it looked like you have a question that you want to ask. What you want to ask, girl? Come on.
I wanted to hear from my girl. Like, what would she consider cheating? Keontae.
Honestly, for me, it's kind of like, I don't know, girl. I can't even tell you because it's just like once I like spot the bullshit, it's kind of like fuck you, just like that. I spot it, it's done. Like I'm telling you in the door, when you reach this door right here, you can get the shit and go because I don't got time for it. Like I peeped it already, and I know what the situation is. Like we don't have nothing to talk about. This is that.
Interesting.
Stephen, would you cheat now at this age? The age that you are today?
I'm gonna say no because I'm in the midst of my third iteration whole phase. So
What?
Nah.
Are you a moon?
Wait, this is the third generation?
My third
is going
iteration.
on?
This is
Bro,
my third
you had
iteration.
kids?
Not generation, my third iteration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This
We
is
need to work on pronunciation because I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Will, how long is that gonna last though before you get bored?
It's not boring. That's,
Or her?
That's the thing.
Or
though.
STD.
Yeah, relax. Hey, we wrapping our gavel up all 2021.
Or trick. He would have trained. Like,
hey,
you
relax.
just gotta. I just think, like, at this point and at this age that we are, like, dating is very difficult. Like, it is hard to date. So, the person I'm with now, I know I could put a naked woman in a room and he would probably take his eyeballs out.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
Like,
about
he
him
does
later
not
when we get
want-
off this podcast. That's what's up.
He does not want anyone but. Matter of fact, we were speaking the other day, like, hey, if you have a bachelor party, I want you to go out. I want you to make mama proud. He was like, no, I just want to drink with the bros and come back and just have a good time. Blah, blah. I'm like, no, go all out. You know, I'm like,
Because we know you gonna go all out.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah,
But
right.
I'm just saying, like, he does not want to do. And that's the thing is that I trust him so much that sometimes I feel like I over trust him. But if I needed help chewing my food, he would literally chew it for me. He does. Like, you can, when you find somebody that
that's
literally, that's love.
That's
Like, if
nasty.
something, I always look at relationships now. If something happens to me today and I become paralyzed, will that person leave me? Or if I found out I couldn't have children, would he leave me? And if I leave for a business trip for 3 or 4 months, would he cheat? It's like a whole list of things, of questions I ask when I'm dating people nowadays. Like, what's your credit score? Like, did you graduate? It's a whole list, and then I mark it off before even get to it.
Yeah, it's
To
a
be
whole
honest.
interview session. A whole
Right,
interview session.
And this person I met when I met you, honestly, Stephen, we were best friends. He was my male best friend when we.
Yeah,
Bro,
We
it
just
don't
gonna end
matter.
the session, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
My bad, you know what I'm saying?
I can't wait to get up off this
We just
podcast because we
gonna
got some
close it
stuff to talk about.
Oh, man. How you get replaced during the podcast, bro?
Right. Let's talk
Oh,
about
yo
it.
shit.
Let's talk about it, man.
Oh, yo
Um,
shit.
It's a cold world out here. Wow. Now that I know, thank
No.
you, thank you, Shay, for letting me know. This
Well,
way.
if you would have answered some of my text messages when you was with your ex, you would have known.
Oh,
Ooh.
Don't be putting my business out there.
We're really gonna close it now.
you in my business? Nah, I was just playing. So real quick, anybody got any shout outs that they want to do?
Yeah, shout out to the Reds because I'm still looking for one.
Go ahead and throw up your sign.
Yeah.
Go ahead and throw up
Because
your
Reds
sign.
are fun. Everybody knows that. And that's on period. Edna and all of them.
And that's on
Like,
Mary Had a
the
Little
Reds,
Lamb.
like, period. So it's just like, they really should tweak everything. Because none of my line sisters date Omega Men as they said we should. But,
I'm sorry.
every last one of them are with, like, every last one of
Alpha
them
man.
with, they just, every last one, they make the best wedding receptions.
And
Like,
you,
it's just
and
totally
you
different
the
type of
lone
love.
one with a never mind, I'm not gonna put his business out there either.
A Sigma.
Oof.
Yeah, I had a Pepsi love.
That's
The Alpha cheated.
that's blood on crib
Huh?
violence right there.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Alphas don't cheat.
Look,
They don't.
They don't.
They
Hey,
do!
whoa. Watch
I
your
just had this
blasphemous
conversation
mouth.
with Keontae the other day. They don't.
Watch your
Who
blasphemous
said
mouth.
they don't cheat?
I do.
Oh my God.
That'll be
Maybe
for
Ray,
another-
let's put this
that'll
out
be
there
for
once
another topic.
again. You do not cheat. You do not define all the alphas.
Yes.
I mean,
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I was a solo, so I can only speak for
Hey.
But anyway,
Let him know,
So-
Jay.
I don't know what y'all talking about. But
We're gonna say that
Yeah,
topic.
they don't. Huh?
We're gonna say that topic for another discussion.
Oh, you should have did that. I was about to go all the way deep.
Nah.
Like, it's hard dating people with stereotypes, like even Greek, because when you tell people you Greek, they immediately think the Reds are dominant,
They
hardworking,
They are.
don't take
Bullies.
nothing,
They don't.
cute. But you like it though. You do
Hey,
say
relax.
like it's just a stigma behind it. Just like if you tell someone that you cheated, people are gonna look at you different. Or if you tell someone that you used to be married, they're like, what? Or if you tell someone that I don't know, you have an STD, they be like, ugh. But if I didn't tell you, would you be with me?
Shay don't even tell people
I'm
she was
STD free,
married.
by the way.
Shay doesn't
Please.
even tell people she was married. She tells them she had an annulled.
Cause I made all mistakes are not made to be spoken about.
and that's today.
Some
in
secrets
today's
have,
podcast.
I'm gonna tell everybody about what we had going on. You're not about to be denying me on these streets.
I mean, I would too if I was you.
You know what?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. I mean,
I'm sick of her already. Get her off this show.
You invited her.
I don't be trying to make it about my relationships. I just, as I grew older and I figure out what it is I want, my advice for anybody who's looking for a relationship is do not settle. Know your worth. Make sure you're equally yoked. Make sure that that person understands your love language, which is really, really important. On the first day, you should ask them, what's your love language? Don't ask them, what's your zodiac sign? Oh, you a Gemini. I am a Virgo, and you already know how that goes. So if I tell people I'm a Virgo, they're like, oh, you a Virgo? Oh. Then if I tell them I'm a Red, they're like,
Ooh, you beat people up.
you this, that, and the third. You wear Converses. Like, it's just a whole bunch of stigma. So you have to, on the first date, you have to ask people those questions, because if your love language is physically touch, and I don't like touching on people, we're not going to work, because you're going to seek that.
It's not,
I think
it's not about
my
just asking
love
what
language.
their love language is. It's about asking them both what your love language is on how you show love and how you like to be loved in return. Because those are two different topics.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because mine is physical touch and nice gestures. Because I like to come home to flowers or Kit Kat. To me, if I'm dating you for 6 months and we go to the same 5 restaurants and you can't order my meal without me, you don't pay attention. If I'm going somewhere and you don't know what I'm drinking, you don't pay attention to me. If you have to ask me what size I am every time a holiday comes, then you don't listen. So you have to have active listening skills, because That is very important,
But you do
and
be in
learn
the
how to
gym
and know how to
every day.
communicate.
I'm about to say, maybe he was hungry and you've been working out.
Say it again, Andre. Say it again.
I'm just saying. You have changed for the better. He's just trying to get
Cause
clarification.
Shay don't look the same way she looked back
Um,
in 2007.
And I tell you that all the time. I'm thankful that you were with me when I was way in the water. You hear me? Like,
Man.
only thing I had going for me was my long hair. I am thankful
Long
that
legs
you were with
too.
me when I was fresh off the press. I mean, but now I'm a grown, developed woman, and I appreciate you because without you, I would not be the woman I am today. I know what not to do. I learned what not to do. I learned the signs. As I say, pause. I mean, as soon as they mention battle buddy, I'm done. As soon as they mention like anything crazy, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it work. Don't compare me to your ex. That's what everyone loves to say.
Man,
I'm not comparing you, but I'm just not about to keep reading the same chapter.
This is the longest shout out ever. I'm kidding. I'm playing.
Oh, sorry. But shout out to all my single people. But everyone's getting married and engaged this year, so do not think it's not your turn. It is coming.
Hey, Keontae, you got any shout outs? We're gonna hold you to a 5-minute time limit.
No.
I'm kidding. You ain't got no shout outs?
No.
Dang, you a traitor anyway. You went from JU to UNL.
No. Look here, I am a conservative type of person, okay? When I got a shout out, I got you.
Hey, all right. Nair, you got
And
any
follow
shout
me
outs?
on Instagram, please.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
You said me? You said you talking to me? You talking to me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me go ahead and shout out my boy, Empower Fashions on Instagram. My boy trying to take over. We got a good little clothing brand going on. He wants to grow that. Shout out Just Jamot on Instagram. It's my creative page. I'm trying to start that. It's just.JEMOT. And then shout out JE, man. Let's go.
Hey, Dre, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, again, shout out to the Reds. I'm still looking for one. But nah.
Hey, Shay, put them on one of your sisters. Put them on one of your sisters.
I was about to say, it's a whole lot of my sisters who are looking for that alpha male, so we can do the whole strolls. No longer have to say the show like an alpha.
Wasn't it 22 of y'all?
Huh?
Wasn't it 22 of y'all?
Yeah, it is, and we're actually coming to Jacksonville for spring break. All 22 of us.
All right, let us know. Let me know when y'all in the city. I got you. But yeah, shout out to fam. It's their Founders Day. I'm actually about to ignore a couple of their phone calls in a few minutes. Shout out to the
you ain't dropping them cash apps.
Oh no. Scholars making dollars and we keep our own money. Yeah, nah. Shout out to Zetas. It's their Founders Day tomorrow. I'll probably be ignoring their phone calls as well. But I hope they bring some food. But yeah, nah. Shout out to my nephew. He couldn't make it tonight. He was just texting me, trying to be a head ass, wondering what we got going on. So y'all follow him and follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Dre on the mic. You know, I follow back sometimes.
Sometimes. I'm gonna do my shout outs like I do every single show. Shout out to my haters. Shout out to the people who didn't believe in me, because you guys are the people who make me go so hard on what I have right now and what I strive to be in the future. Shout out to like the whole Creative Opinions podcast creative team. Like, y'all are the real ones. Like, the fact that we came up with this team and we actually have, besides myself, 8 people in this podcast, like, this is beyond me. This is okay. So you're gonna unmute yourself to say all that? Anyways, I appreciate all of y'all for real. And I just hope we keep striving, we keep going. Like I was telling y'all earlier before we first got on, I'm giving the chance for anybody in the Jacksonville area to hit me up in the DMs to promote your business, your cause, whatever you stand for. Hit me up in your DMs so that way I can promote your business, your cause, what you stand for free. So Raven McCall is the owner of Euphonic Scents. Euphonic Scents is a Black-owned candle company that creates soy coconut blended wax. essential oil infused candles that are paired with a curated playlist that is featured on www.blkeuphony.com. For more information on benefits of the essential oils can be found on in further detail on www.blkeuphony.com, where the selection choice and artist facts are noted for musical and environmentally sound education. Raven can be contacted via social media, Facebook and Instagram. You can also visit www.euphonicssense.com for more information. Um, yeah. So for now, that is all. I appreciate everybody for taking the time out to stop by the lovely podcast. I thank you for everybody's opinion, and until next Friday, y'all, we out of here.